Well, good morning and welcome back to Balfour Farm. Today we are going to empty our manure storage area. Hopefully I can get to that, but we're definitely going to clean out the bedded pack barn. So what we do is we keep the cows in really bad weather. We keep them in the bedded pack barn, and we add sawdust and then chopped hay and sometimes straw, and just keep adding it to it over the winter. And what we do is we rototill it also to so it kind of composts it, adds air and composts down throughout the winter. So we'll do that every three times a week, where we'll go in and rototill it with a big tractor mounted rototiller. But today's project is to try and get in here and clean it out, because we're going to need the barn again here soon. It's starting to get cold. It's 32 degrees this morning, so it's a little chilly. Still not bad for the cows. They don't mind that weather at all. But once it starts getting too wet or snowy, we need to move the pigs into the barn. So need to get it cleaned out and spread on the fields. And we have our tractor and spreader today that we'll be using. Heather will be running those. And Sierra that works for us, she's going to bring a tractor and spreader in. So we'll have two tractors and spreaders, and then I'll have the John Deere cleaning out and loading. So, but first we need to do all the chores of the day. Sierra's already in milking the cows, and I'm going to go feed all the pigs and the chickens and get everybody done. And then I need to move the pigs that are in the cow bedded pack area. Need to move them. So we're going to video all that, but we got to get to it. So this here is the bedded pack that we need to clean out. And as you can see, the pigs have been in on it. We'd hope they would, which they have done some. They've rototilled it over and kind of rooted around in it and torn it up. So, which will be helpful when it comes time to clean out. But they can't be in there. So what we need to do is, like every other project, in order to do one, you need to do 10 others first. So got this big stack of straw here. We need to move that out. Some of it we'll use right off this morning, putting in for bedding. And then the rest of it, I guess I'll have to just stack outside. Ooh, that's bright light. Yeah, we'll stack that outside to get it out of the way. The idea is to move the pigs back into this area here. There's a gate right there that we can open it up, get them to come in, and they'll be back here out of our way. So yeah, let's get to it. Good pig, huh? Good pig. Come on, pig. Come on, pig. Big pig. Come on, girl. Good pig. Come on. Good pig. Come on. Oh, what do you think, girl, huh? this is my lucky day. I was just getting ready to grease this chain, which has a cover over it. You normally can't see it. But I looked in and noticed, well, I just banged it in a little bit, but that pin right there, there, see, it goes right back through, was missing the cotter pin. So had I not seen that, most likely this whole chain would have fallen. That pin would have come the rest of the way out, and that would have been the end of that. But that's that saved a few hours worth of, at least an hour or two worth of work. If I had lost the chain, I had to put a brand new one on. So I'm gonna grease this up and put the cover up there back on. And, that should be good for a while now. Alright, I just got done fixing the cotter pin that was on the other side of the spreader, and I went to grease this chain here, and I noticed the pulley is just about to fall off. So there's a set screw in here, which hopefully is still in there. You need to tighten up and keep that pulley from moving around. But there was also a family of mice living in here. Looks like they're not going to have a house for the winter, but anyway, we'll try and get this thing straightened out, and hoping that's the last of the problems here. Alright, the spreader is all set. It's all greased up, and that was a lucky find. The pulley that was loose, and then the chain that the cotter pin was missing right out of it. Wouldn't have been long, and it would have just fallen right apart. The trouble is, when you're in the field, the chain typically would come off and you almost never find it. So I'd have to make a new chain and put it on, which would have been really time consuming, but just a real quick fix here and we're ready to go. So I've just got to fuel up the tractor here and check the oil, and it'll be ready for Heather to go start spreading manure. Well, there it is. The barn is officially empty. I've got a little bit of cleaning up tomorrow to do, a little bit in the corner here. That I'll get the skid steer in here and clean that up. But we took out, I don't know how many loads. Hang on. It was, let's see. Sierra took, Sierra took 6 loads, and then Heather, I took over spreading for Heather, but 11, and then got 12. So 12 loads, 18 loads total, but 6 of those were in the big spreader. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for tonight. We will get back on this tomorrow, finish scraping out the little bit here, and then we lime everything down really well after it's scraped down. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll get to spreading. Well, I'll be spreading it alone, but I'll spread, hopefully get some of that, the manure storage out back behind the barn spread. But that'll be tomorrow. So it is quitting time. Got one more load to go out, and then it's dinner time. I am starving. All right, so we are back at it. We're out here spreading manure today. We got, I don't even remember how many loads out yesterday. We had Sierra here helping us with the 2 spreaders, and Heather was loading. And today, the crew is me, myself, and I. So things are going a bit slower. So driving and loading. So and then only one spreader going. So if I could just figure out a way to drive 2 tractors at the same time. But anyway, this is the second load here, and it's a bit further away from the farm. And yes, not much, but it's a bit further. So yeah, anyway, we have hoping to get about half of it out today, and then today is Wednesday, and then hopefully tomorrow get the last bit of it out, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I just headed out with the second load of the day. It's awfully wobbly. Just headed out with the second load, and we'll see how this goes, but that's been going along alright, so anyway. I've really loaded the spreader today to its absolutely heaped it up, so it's a bit further. It might be, I don't know, it's probably a mile from where the manure storage is to the field that we're spreading on. Of course, our driveway is a half mile long on its own, so once we get off our property, it's about a half mile to the neighbors, and, which isn't terrible. We have fields that are farther away, but this should be the last field that I spread on this year, I hope. Alright, so this is the third load of the day, and yeah, it's the third load. Put it in the right gear to start with. Alright, so we're spreading this a little bit thinner than what we spread yesterday. Mostly because this field, we've been managing it now for cutting hay on it for 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. And it gets manure every year. The field we were spreading on yesterday was a new field to us, and I know it's been a few years at least since it had manure put on it, so we spread a bit heavier yesterday just to make sure I got plenty on. But this field here, it really doesn't need as much. We do soil samples of all the fields that we manage. We usually do them every couple of years, 2 to 3 years. This one I think is due to have a soil sample again. We usually do them in the fall. So they'll test for the fertility and then also the pH. So we can find out if we need to add more lime. The last test on this was really good, so the way the grass is growing, I would expect that there's probably no issues. Alright, well that's going to do it for tonight. We'll pick this up again tomorrow. We put out about 8 loads, which wasn't a lot today, but anyway, it was time consuming doing it alone. But we've got about a third of all the manure that's on our manure storage pad cleaned off. So there's probably another maybe 16 to 20 loads that we'll get out tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes okay. It'll be a long day. But if we can get that cleaned off, that'll be good. So, anyway, I am going to go in and get some dinner. I am starving. Well, good morning. We are back out here at it again. Hoping today will be the last day of spreading manure for this season. But there's not a ton left. Well, there's tons left, but trip up the rocks. Anyway, I'll show you what we have, what we've got left here. This is our manure storage. It's our winter storage. I don't think I've showed you yet, but probably got, I don't know, it's hard to say, probably half, I'm guessing, already cleaned out of here. So there's still quite a bit left, but we're gonna get to it, and I'm hoping there's probably only a dozen trips or so here, but we'll see. We'll count them. Well, I had really hoped that was going to be the last load of the night, but there's about a half a load more left. I stacked this load thinking I could fit it all in, but that wasn't going to happen. So one more load. This will really be the last load, I hope. All right, well, that took a lot longer than I expected it was going to, and there was a lot more loads. I don't know, I think I guessed it like 10 or 12 loads, and it was up over 20. And but it's empty, and I'll show you here. Our manure storage is completely empty. The pack barn is empty. Well, it has pigs back in there, but the manure is out of there. So, but I'll show you this here. It's the first time we've seen it. First time I've seen it empty since last spring, I guess. No, last fall. I don't know. It's been quite a while. There we go. It's officially empty and ready to start refilling for the winter. So this is just for winter storage of manure. And the idea is to spread it during the summer, which we would normally do if it didn't rain all summer. So this past year was probably one of the wettest we've had in a long time. So, but we managed to get it all empty. It's out on the fields, hay fields. And I think I just said there was probably about a half a load left. And yeah, turns out there was even more than that. So, but anyway, it's a full heaped load. We're gonna go spread it, and then we are done for the night. All right, well, that was the last load of the night, which is good because it's starting to get dark here and we're running out of daylight. So all the manure is officially spread for 2023, which is really nice. We have our manure storage pad empty, the pack barn is empty, and then there was another little pile that we had, which we cleaned up. So yeah, everything's empty and spread on the fields, so it can sit on it over the winter and help the grass grow in the spring. So yeah, really excited about that. So it's nice to have it cleaned up, and now we can start refilling it this winter. All right, well, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing here on the farm. The next video will be of putting up the pig barn. So the Amish are scheduled to start next Tuesday. Today is Friday. And then our lumber gets dropped off on Monday. The Amish start on Tuesday. And then on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday, we have our trusses delivered. And then Thursday, the metal. So we're hoping it goes together really quickly. And I'm really hoping within a week to 10 days that we have pigs moved into the barn. That might be a little optimistic, but you can always hope. So we have piglets everywhere, which I will show you in the next video. They are, yeah, we've just got every nook and cranny of the farm. We have piglets stuck in there, or pigs actually too. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.